Hello, Divine Feminine, and welcome to your power message for Saturday, Super Saturday, sending you all so much love. And before I start the message today, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who sent messages of goodwill for George, happy birthday messages, and for all of you who donated and got him little gifts off Amazon. Just thank you for making his day extra special. We had a lovely day. We went to Alton Towers near where we live. It's a theme park, to go on the new ride, The Curse of Alton Manor. And I got a new Wicker Man top as well. And we had a really great day. And if you remember the channel, I actually shared a video that was just under an hour, just doing a little vlog, talking about the ride and the experience and, just having a catch up. So if you are a member and you're interested in that, you can find that in the playlist for Angel family members and higher. And someone asked me how old George was, what George's age was on Thursday on his birthday, and he was 28. So he's 28. I'm coming up to 47. So it's my birthday in July. So there's a 19-year age gap, and that's why I talk about age gaps. And I shared a video not long ago where I did a refresher on age gaps. You can check that out in the playlist. So there's 19 years between me and George. And for those of you who are new and wondering, we come into our 4-year in union anniversary on the 10th of July. So it's the day after my birthday. It's really powerful. So it's my birthday on the 9th of July. I'm a Cancer baby. And it's our anniversary, 4 years on the 10th of July this year. So powerful. And, one day you're going to be celebrating your 4-year in union anniversary. Things to look forward to. And the angels have really guided me to share a message today. And you'll know this if you've seen it in the comments section, because, if you've been commenting about things, especially if you're going through some turmoil right now, or your twins in a karmic situation, or maybe you've been triggered by something you've seen on social media. And if I have replied and said to you, what comes before you is for you, what I mean by that is whatever is happening before you are in union is a dress rehearsal. You are the main event. So in other words, to reach union and remain in union permanently, like me and George for 4 years now, you have to go through all the things that lead to that. And that can include harsh things, because we have to learn the harsh lessons to grow. So if they were the karmic partner and you don't understand why, or you're not sure why they're still there, or it's upsetting you, it's happening for both of you. Why? Because feminines, we learn through those situations. Number one, to not take anything personally. Number two, to rise and remember who we are. And number three, to know our value and to know that we are enough. You are enough. There's no competition. There's no competition. Why? Because it's never a choice between you and that person. It's always a choice between, is the masculine choosing himself today, or is he choosing not to be authentic? Is he choosing to sacrifice his own happiness? What's going on with him? And whatever he's doing, remember, is a reflection of him, not you. So don't take anything personally. So if he's saying nasty things to you or behaving in a strange way, it's a reflection of what's going on within him. It's nothing you've done wrong or nothing that you've said, no matter what has happened. So there may have been a bust up and an argument, but that's not the reason why he's blocked or ghosted or is ignoring you. It's because he's processing what's going on within. So you're being reminded of that. So everything before you grows you. And it's the same on our journey in life. Everything we go through, whether it's issues at work or a career change, if it's a health issue or something we're finding it hard to deal with, if we're going through some form of grief or loss, or we're going through a challenge, it all comes in to grow your soul, to evolve you, to transform you, to help you to become your greatest version, and to wake you up along the way, because we go through awakenings throughout our life journey. Not just one time, we go through many, many, many. That's why we're always learning, growing, evolving. Everyone has something to learn. Everyone has something to teach and share, but everyone also has something to learn. And Even kind of the most evolved people you can think of have lessons to learn. Abraham Hicks says we never get it done, which means we're always striving for new things. So, for example, when you guys come into union, and you will, when you believe and trust the love and have faith and understand it's in divine timing, but when you're in union, you may see that as your greatest achievement right now because it's what you want the most. But when you're in union, you're going to want to achieve new things and have other things. So you're going to be striving for more. And that's why we never get it done. Whenever we achieve a goal or a dream, we want something more. And that doesn't make us greedy or selfish. It makes us human. Because we're spiritual beings having a human experience after all. And we've come here to learn that we are limitless. With the ego being in that human part of us, it tries to edge all the goodness out, and it brings up fears and anxieties and struggles, and sometimes it tells us we're not good enough, or we can't achieve this, or it's not possible. And really our ego is our best friend, but our worst enemy too. Our ego just really is the inner child inside that wants love and attention, and is kind of looking out for you, bringing things into your awareness. But it can go over the top, making us panic and go into anxiety. And if you've been having any bug bites or any hives coming up on your body lately, any kind of itchy lumps or anything like that, it's connected with anxiety. Usually connected with the future that can't, we haven't yet had, or the past which we can't change. So if you've been experiencing any of those things and you're quite unsure why, breathe and come back into the now, because they will clear up. It's the ego bringing up fear. It's anxiety. So if you've been going through anxiety, and some of you have, some of you haven't, they're saying that some of you have really enjoyed March. It's been a powerful month. It's been really kind of rewarding in ways. But others have been struggling with it, and you've been looking forward to April because you're like, right, fresh start. Because April, number one, is the start of the new tax year. So from a business perspective, we see it as a new thing. But also we've got Easter coming up. And Easter is about resurrection. So it doesn't matter whether you believe in Easter or you don't, or, what your religious beliefs are. It's the energy that brings in the change. So it's an energy of newness coming in. And we can all feel that. We can all feel, wow, something fresh is coming in now, something new. And it's like we can breathe again, even when it's, the days seem to be nice and long now, because those, dark nights have kind of gone. The other night here in the UK, it went dark at 7:30 at night. And I was like, wow, it's not getting dark at 4, 5, 6 o'clock anymore. We're moving towards the summer. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world and what your season is, it's the energy. So it feels like, wow, something's coming. We can feel that. We know something's coming. And we're springing into action. But if you are feeling anxiety, breathe today. It's the 1st of April. Some people say today is April's Fool's Day. What they do here in the UK, I don't think they do it as much. But, when I was a kid growing up, they used to play tricks on people before midday. And anything after midday didn't count. And they called it April Fool's Day. And I'm sure there's a reason why, and I don't really know the reason why. But really, it's, sometimes on this journey, we feel foolish. And we take things personally because we feel foolish. We feel vulnerable. We feel hurt. But really what it is inside, we know that we've allowed those things to happen. Because nothing can affect us in spiritual truth without our own permission. And when we wake up more and more and more, we grasp that concept more and more and more. We realise that, wow, I am in control of my life, and I can control the way I respond or react to this situation, the way I let it affect me. And we have to forgive ourselves for all the times we've been hurt or knocked down or shouted at, because if we've took it personally, we're the one who's allowed that to happen. And I know when we first wake up on this journey, that's really hard to understand, because we think, well, no, that person said this or done this, and that's affected my day, or it's affected my feelings, or it's hurt my feelings. But we have kind of this energetic shield around us that allows us to allow things into our energy or repel things away from our energy. And that's why we say you don't have to take it. So if something comes at you, observe. Okay, observe it no matter what it is. Observe it, which means you don't react straight away to it. You respond to it. You observe it and you look at it from a higher perspective, and then you respond in the right way. So, for example, if your twin says, I never want to see you again, and we've all been there, haven't we? Or something similar that's made you feel that way, which usually, is the ego saying, oh, he's never going to contact you, he's never going to do this. And it's the ego blowing it all out of proportion. So we panic and we go into anxiety, and then we can get hives and bug bites and all these things. But if your twin says something like, I never want to see you again, we have the choice how we react or respond. So we can take that piece of information, because that's all it is. It's a piece of information. It's not evidence. It's fear is a false experience appearing real, or false evidence appearing real. So we've got that information and we're looking at it, and we can analyse it and think, okay, he's saying he doesn't want to see me again. Why? So first of all, we may panic and say, oh my God, he never wants to see me again. And we go into the pain and thinking we've done something wrong. And that's really the way we react first, before we learn how to understand and process and realise we control our own thoughts and day. But when we observe it, we think, well, obviously he doesn't really mean it. It's because he's in fear, or because of his karmic situation, or because he needs to sort things out, or he's feeling overwhelmed or pressured, and he needs a little bit of space. And that's the truth. So then we can just kind of breathe and just allow him to do his own thing without panicking and trying to sort it out and clear the air and, they give me fear, because we release the fear around it. Because you have a bond that's a soul bond, and it's beyond space and time, and it goes beyond anything else that you've ever felt, and it's gone beyond anything there is ever felt. And that you're both healing wounds and preparing for something magical. So don't take it personally. And in your mind, and you feel it in your heart and soul, it's never over between you, because it isn't. In The Princess Bride, the thing that I loved about that film was when, I think it was Wesley said to Buttercup, or the other way around, death cannot stop true love. All it can do is delay it for a while. So even for those of you who have lost your twin, okay, and there may be a handful of you who are watching, if you've lost them, if they've passed over, that death cannot stop your love. They're giving me fear around that, because you'll be reunited again, because you're eternal souls. And for those of you who are watching thinking, well, what's the point of that in this lifetime? Remember, everybody's journey is unique and special. And what they may be learning on their life journey through losing their twin in that way may be something completely different than you're learning on your journey right now, even though we go through very similar lessons. So remember, look at your own journey and think about that. And it may just be that you aren't trusting the love enough. Or you might think, oh, I've done plenty on this journey, I've had enough, I'm tired of waiting, I'm tired. And that shows you that you need to replenish the self. So everything we're feeling, experiencing and going through or reacting to is a big message about the self. So we can look at it. And it's the same with life. When we get to this kind of higher state of being, where we are observing everything, it's hard. We have to do it every day. It's a choice we make every day. It's not something that we just decide to do and then it's easy. Every day we have to choose happiness. Every day we have to overcome the ego. Every day we have to choose to be grateful and excited about life and to see the good in things, because there's always good in things no matter what's going on. Even when things don't go to your plan, they're going to God's plan. So we learn as well to be flexible and adaptable. And that way we don't get disappointed by expectations if things don't happen the way we thought they would, or things don't work out the way we thought they would. We realise that our twin is learning, they have to go through their own lessons their way. And yes, they may be very different than how we would handle those things, but it's their way. And we have to go our way. And that doesn't mean you go separate ways. It just means you learn to be at peace with the journey, because the journey is parallel. In other words, you're both going in the same direction, even if it seems like you're going in opposite directions. because all paths lead home, and you are getting to where you're truly meant to be. And that's what the angels are reminding you of. So whatever you're going through today, everything is a dress rehearsal before you, because you're the main event. So don't get triggered by what's going on. And, on Thursday when I pulled a little card to music and I shared the song Cherish by Madonna, which is one of my all-time favourite songs, we got the cherish card, cherish your relationship. So you're being reminded to cherish your relationship regardless of what's going on in it, and to try and see it in a higher way. And you are learning right now as a divine feminine to be at peace, to be strong, to be at ease with things, and to never judge anyone or anything. And that's the same with other people's journeys, thinking, oh, they've got it easier or they should be doing this. Sometimes in the comments, it's not often now, because, we're always reminded that it's better to see the positive than the negative. It's so much nicer to remain in a positive vibration, even if things seem to be going wrong. And, sometimes in the comments I'll see someone trying to drag people into their unhappiness. Saying, oh, divine feminines, we need to do this, our masculines are this and that. And it doesn't work because, remember that misery loves company. And you know what that's like when you've been in a bad mood or you're in a bad place. And, as much as we want people to be happy, we want other people to, empathise with. And, I've talked about it before when I've been at a bus stop. It's just an example. And you can put this into any situation. I'm at a bus stop waiting for a bus, which doesn't happen as much now because we've got a car. But, be at a bus stop and guarantee people will come up because they're fed up with their lives or something that's going on. And they want to bring misery in, and they bring it in any way. So the person that approached me at the bus stop could be having a really bad day. They could be going through something with the partner. They could be going through something with a family member. They may be going through an illness. They could be going through something that's really causing them suffering inside and pain. And instead of trying to address what's going on, they moan about everything. Okay, and I'm not, judging anyone for doing this. I'm trying to explain what they do and how you can see it from a higher perspective and understand yourself when you're in this energy too. So this person approached me and started saying everything that's bad about the bus service. They never come on time, they're a waste of time, really moaning about the buses, because it made, if I kind of started getting involved in that, it would make them feel, temporarily better, because they'd feel they were getting things off the chest, or, they were taking the mind off the problem for a minute, but it's still talking about things that feel miserable. So what I do is turn it around into a positive, because that's their experiences, it's not mine. That's their journey, not mine. Some people say that's their circus, it's not your circus, it's not your monkey. So in other words, don't get dragged into it. And I give them a fresh perspective, saying, yes, but isn't it fantastic that we can get on a bus today and go anywhere we want to go? And, talking about the positives, usually they walk away and then start talking to someone else about it, or they think and change the direction of thought. And it's the same, if we start saying, oh, the masculines are doing this, the masculines are doing that. So instead of being sucked into that and saying, oh, yeah, it's the same for me, or, yeah, my twin's done this or that, which creates momentum to what you do not want, say, yes, but my masculine's amazing. He's growing and learning, and so am I. And I realise that we're preparing for union, and he does love me, because, inside. So the point is, don't get dragged in or sucked into negativity, because it's never the way. It's never the way. And I'm not saying this journey is all candy canes and rainbows and lollipops, and it really is not. And I went through a very powerful struggle with myself to get to this point now, So the point is, it may not be rainbows, lollipops and candy canes, but it can be if you decide and choose to have a great day. And then the love is shown to you everywhere you go. And you see magic everywhere you go, because you are a magical being. And that's what the angels want you to know. And if you are struggling with your situation and you need a little bit more guidance or support, we've got a comment section here. You've got plenty of videos that are free to watch in the playlist section. Or if you're thinking about becoming a member, you've got support there too. Or if you want to reach out to me or George for personal reading, we are available. And I'm actually taking bookings for next week now. So, you can get guidance very quickly from me. Or if you want like a meditation or a Reiki session or something a little bit healing, you can contact George and he can do that with you live, or he can do it on a pre-recorded video. So there's plenty of options to feel at ease on this journey and be at peace. But the big thing is to close your eyes and feel the power of the love. And that really eradicates all the fear, because fear can't survive or thrive in the now. In the now, you have won. Spell now backwards, it says won. So anything that goes before you, which means any karmic relationships or anything that's going on, it's happening for you, to grow you, to get both of you ready for your permanent union. And what lies before you, which means whatever you are approaching, whatever's coming into your life, you can handle it because you have the power of God. You have angels by your side who are already there removing obstacles and giving you strength. And you are bigger than any trigger, tougher than any challenge, and stronger than anything that comes your way. Why? Because God created you that way. God would not give you anything that you can't handle, or the universe, the higher power, whoever you connect with. So today, we're going to bring in the soul connections when two hearts meet death. So what do we need to know? So we know we need to be cherishing the relationship. What do we need to know as a divine feminine today? I'm also going to bring in the self-love oracle because it's Saturday. So you may be giving yourself some love today. Maybe you're going somewhere for the day, or you're having a rest, or even if you're at work, you may be taking your time. So there's a card moving at the bottom of the deck as well. And I'm also going to bring in, we've got the Whispers of Healing. This is a gorgeous deck, the Whispers of Healing. So what healing energy is flowing in around the feminines today? So I'm going to do the cards and then I'm going to do the book. So what do you need to know? But for physical symptoms, they're giving me a little bit of a block in the throat again, which could be like releasing phlegm. They give me heat. So you may be feeling hot, having a hot flash. And, even if you're on menopause, think about, why am I feeling this way? It's more than likely the fire energy of Aries affecting the connection. And they give me like a little block in the throat that needs to be released. I just felt then like I had to cough up some phlegm, but there's nothing there. So it's like a phantom phlegm, it's like a phantom feeling. So if you do that, if you feel that way, and then you cough up and there's nothing really there, it's because that things need to be coughed up, things need to be expressed. So this is very much about healing and coming together. So the message we've got today is control. So and we've got the number 10. Now, the number 10 is about power. If you see 1010 on the clock and you're wondering why, it's the universe reminding you of your power, that you have the power to control what goes on and what happens in your day, which means you can control how you respond or react to things and situations. Now, as a divine feminine, we have to learn throughout our journey to let go of control. But please understand what that means. That means surrendering to what will be. It means trusting the love. It means allowing our masculine to return in their own time without us trying to control or force the connection. But we do learn how to control our thoughts by being the observer. So recognize the difference, that we learn to let go of control because we are in control. So you learn to let go of control and struggle by realizing you are always in control of your thoughts. So you have a choice today. Is it going to affect you in a good way or a bad way? Are you going to see it as negative or positive? So if something happens, say for example your masculine blocks you out of the blue, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, it's just another example. And I've been there so many times, and I've been blocked in so many ways on so many platforms, but every time it happens, we understand it a bit more. And I know how hard it is. And I remember the first time it happened to me with a catalyst, it gave me hives because of the anxiety and the struggle. I felt out of control. And then I took back control. So for example, when your twin blocks you or you get blocked, you've got the choice. You can either panic or you can be at ease. Okay? You can see it in a good or a bad way, because really it's a neutral thing. The reason the masculines block you, divine feminine, it's nothing to do with you and everything to do with that. They block you because they feel pressured. The head feels like it's going to explode because of all the intensity. And the pressure isn't coming from you either. It's coming from themselves. So they have time to think when they've blocked you. And they always regret blocking you, by the way, because when they block you, they block themselves. That's why we should never block our twin back or block our twin, because we're blocking ourselves. There may be a slight relief for an hour or a day or a week, but then the panic comes back in. And we think, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And that's really what the masculines go through. So if they block you, it's because they're pressured themselves. They are blocking themselves. So you can think, oh my God, the world is over. Or you can think the world is just beginning. Because it's an opportunity. When they block you, it's an opportunity for you to replenish your own energy. And believe more in the love and connect more in the 5D. And understand the telepathic spiritual connection, not just the physical connection. And that's your power. So understand it in that way. We've got cleanse and protect solar plexus. So the solar plexus is always speaking to us as well, because the solar plexus is connected with the gut and it's where we digest everything. So we cleanse and protect ourselves. So our gut instinct will tell us if there's something wrong because we'll feel it. It may bring up a sense of dread, and then we can observe and cleanse the thoughts or the feelings. So you're being protected. And look at this, I've just realised what it is. We've got 1010. Isn't that powerful? 1010. So the number of power. So I feel today you could very well see 1010 to remind you of your power. So you may see it on the clock, 1010. Whether you see it as 1010 or 2222, okay, a big sign, even if you've seen the twos of love and the universe and the power of the love. But you may go to a shop and, you get your bill and it's 1010. Or you may see somewhere the number's 1010. Or you're going to be shown that you have the power. And that's what the angels want you to know today. You have the power of whether you are responding to the karmic situation or reacting to it. Because if you're reacting to it, you're getting triggered. You may feel jealous. You may be anxious. You may be thinking, poor me. Why this? And, you have to... they give me the song from Rocky, Getting Strong Now. You have to get strong and say, that's not my story. That's not my truth. That's not our truth. This is our truth, because that's all illusion. It's before you. And it's there to grow you. It's illusion. So you think, I know my truth. I know what it is. So you take back your power. You start getting stronger. And you think, I'm going to cleanse that energy. So you may want to cleanse your own self by maybe having a nice relaxing salt bath or going for nature, breathing in the air, and you feel better. Not paying attention to it anymore allows you to feel better. And we've got ritual grounding, crown chakra. And this is the number 28. So this is saying to you, your dreams of being together and manifesting. So believe in what you're manifesting. Look at this. She's got her eyes closed there. So you close your eyes and you reconnect with the self. You reconnect with the soul. You reconnect with your twin. And you connect through the crown. So you start receiving guidance and understanding. And it grounds you. So you're grounding yourself. Whenever there's confusion, you have the power to cleanse yourself. And temptation, think carefully about the situation. So think carefully. In other words, before you react to something or do something you may regret, respond, observe it, respond. Take a moment. And the ice cream there as well is about enjoying life. Think about it. Turn off the phone. If you're tempted to look at their social media or look at the karmic partner's social media, do something else. Do something else. Go for a walk, have an ice cream. Go in nature, maybe drive to the beach or plan something else like a holiday. But take your mind off it by trusting in the love. So let's bring in the daily guidance card. So what do we need to know? I'll say keep calling these cards, it's a book, so it's the same thing really. Look at this. Know that you are lovable. Know that you are lovable in spiritual truth. It is the truth. We've got the number 91. 9 is about spiritual, power, and 1 is about a new beginning. So this is trusting that this new beginning is ahead. So the thought for today is, I am lovable. So you can use that affirmation, I am lovable. I am lovable. I am valuable. I am lovable. I am deserving of love. I am a lovable person just for being who I am right now. So remember, you don't have to change who you are to get your twin's attention. You don't have to put on a sexy outfit and try and woo them, or send them a sexy picture or make sure your picture is perfect on social media. You are perfect just as you are right now. And your twin knows it. It's your light that attracts them and turns them on. And it's really interesting because yesterday me and George were watching Doctor Who, and it's really good right now. It's the one with the lady doctor. And there was this episode we watched about a lighthouse and about the light. And it said something about, it was talking about, follow the light to find your true self. And there was a lighthouse in there, and it was just so powerful because the masculines follow your light. The masculines follow you, and then they remember who they are. They remember their authentic truth. So in this particular episode, she was guided to follow the light and break this glass to remember who she was. And that's really what the masculines do. They have to break the glass, which means they have to break the barriers in their own mind to move forward. So in other words, all you have to do to attract your twin and attract union and attract your dreams is be the lighthouse. Because the light attracts things in. The warmth is what brings things in. My angels see and care for my true self, and it's safe for me to share who I really am with others. I value myself just as God cherishes me. And there's that word again, cherish. Maybe put Madonna, cherish on, cherish the love you're always bringing me or giving me, and it's coming from the universe. That love is coming from angels. It's coming from your higher self. To us angels, you are the most lovable person imaginable. And the masculines see you that way, by the way. They see you as the most lovable person imaginable. Everything they've ever wanted. Everything they've ever dreamed of. And that's sometimes why they run, because they're afraid of that love. They're afraid of the intensity. They're afraid of that power. We see the goodness in your heart and in the way you desire to express and receive affection. Each breath you exhale, so you breathe in and you exhale, it sends your beautiful energy outward. You are entirely worthy of love. So listen to that today. You are entirely worthy of this love. But you have to believe it, that you are valuable and deserving of it. Your personality, your thoughts and feelings are wondrously endearing. And your physical being is perfect in all ways. In other words, they love and desire you, body, mind, heart and soul. Not just what's on the surface, but what's within. Every part of you is completely glorious. We're your angels. We're continuously by your side. And we will always love you. And I feel that's your masculine saying, I'm your twin flame. I'm continuously by your side. And I will always love you. So look through the illusion, because you and your twin right now are walking parallel paths. In other words, you're here and your twin is here. You're both facing in the same direction, even if you can't see them or you can't feel them, but usually you can. You have to just close your eyes sometimes to connect with them. Even if it seems like you're going other directions or you're on opposite sides of the world, you are side by side in love, moving towards a goal that's the same at the same time, in the same way, for the same reasons. Love. So today, cherish love, focus on love, respond with love, observe with love, and you'll be at ease with your day. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.